Hey, how you doing today? My name is Relyea, and thank you so much for stopping by. Today we're jumping into a Hollow Knight tier list, and we are going to be taking a look at all of the different mods on the Hollow Knight mod installer 2. As you can see over here, there are roughly, give or take, 95 different mods currently on this list. I think that I've done most of them, or given a lot of these a shot, and so I just kind of want to throw them into a tier list and kind of let you know about each one, which ones I liked, which ones I didn't. You'll have to let me know down in the description below which ones you enjoyed, and then also I will leave a link to this tier list so you can do it yourself. And then if you want to, you can tag me on Twitter or something like that, and we'll go from there. Let's go ahead and jump right in. The first one is a Bonfire mod. This is one that I really want to play. I don't know why some of these got cut off. I guess I didn't snip these properly, but we'll roll with it, okay? Bonfire mod is one that I've really wanted to play for a while. When I first checked it out, I was told that it was broken, don't play it. It might be fixed now. It seems interesting. Basically, the more geo you get, you can then spend that geo to upgrade your little knight to be able to get either more damage or masks or whatever. So that just sounds cool. Buzzbow is a it's B-boy, but he's stronger. It's not bad. It's not bad. Chaos mod, not the biggest fan of this one. The way that we're gonna play this is D tier is the ones that I have no idea like what it is. I've either never tried it or I just don't know what it is. Yeah, I think Chaos mod is it's below. I don't know. I don't think I would ever really use it. Charm notches, it's okay. I feel like that's something that could have been like added in with like Debug mod or something like that. I'm surprised that it's its own thing. Charm Overhaul is one of the ones that I honestly don't know. I've never used it, but the description of it over here says rebalances charms to make them stronger. I don't know which charms it makes stronger, but I don't know, maybe that'll be something fun to play around with. Child of Light, I like the different mods that really change up the game and let you play the game like differently with like different mechanics and stuff like that. Child of Light is definitely one worth looking into. Man, I might even put this up at S tier. Again, Bonfire mod only went to A tier because I just haven't had a chance to play it, but it sounds really interesting. Saw this one, Oler Vibrate. I'm like, what the heck is this? It's a controller vibration. I did turn this one on for a little bit, and it just made my controller shake so much. It'll only work on an Xbox controller, is my understanding. It was just too much vibration. I wasn't a big fan. Corrupted Kin, easily S tier. One of the best modded boss fights in the game, if not the best modded boss fight. If you haven't checked this one out, yo, it is so good. Highly suggest it. Crystal Baubles, I thought this one was really fun. This one makes it so the baubles send out the crystal hunter attacks, and so there's just like crystal stuff all over the place. Super fun. It was just a unique modding of the boss. I had a blast. It was like one of those ones where it makes a boss more difficult, but it's not like absolute radiance level. It's not like crazy levels of difficulty, right? Custom Knight is super fun because I like using my little knight. So good. He's just so handsome. Next one is additional maps. I don't want to say it's bad. I just don't know exactly which one it works with, like which mod it helps or enhances or whatever. So I'm putting it in D tier because I just don't know what it is. The next one is darkness, and all it does is make all of the rooms dark as if you didn't have a lantern. That sounds terrible. Why would anybody want that? Next one's cut off quite a bit, but it's Daughter of Hollow Nest, and I think that this one, man, it's hard to say. It was extremely difficult, but it was a fun fight. I think I'd put that in S tier. Death counter, I would say below average. I never got it to work good because I've always wanted to work in the Hall of Gods, but it didn't consider that a death, so it showed amount of damage taken, but it didn't show fails in Godhome, so it didn't work for what I personally wanted it to work for. Debug mod is like the most godly mod of all the mods because like everything works with that. Like it is so helpful having the debug mod, and it just helped me even with just making a lot of videos and different things to be able to get from different places quickly. And I don't know, you just have so much more control of the game with the debug mod. it's so good, so good. Dream Shield co-op looks like one that it might be fun for me and my wife to do one day. I don't know. You have to let me know down in the comments if you would be interested in seeing my wife, Lady Relyea, play that with me. Also, if you made it this far into the video, you might as well subscribe. I mean, come on, let's go through the rest of these. Dumb mod, I don't even know what this is. It looked dumb. Yeah, some of these are really hard to tell what they are, but easier Pantheon practice. Man, almost S tier because it helped me do the Pantheons with the bindings and be able to turn on the bindings and just practice at the level that the things were going to be at. I could practice with a binding on in the Hall of Gods and just fight the bosses faster over and over again. I really appreciated that. If you are ever going to be doing the Pantheons with bindings, whether it's all bindings or a couple of bindings or whatever, that lets you practice the individual bosses. Super clutch. Highly suggest it. Easy mode, I never really used it. Elderbug God, just a total meme. It didn't really do much. Enemy randomizer, super fun. Again, another one that I would highly suggest. It just completely changes the game. It is fun that when you leave a room and come back, like everything changes every single time. You just never know when you're gonna fight the Radiance or the Hollow Knight or whatever else. Man, I'd even put that one in S tier. Art mods, I don't know what this is, to be honest. Enemy HP bar, I mean, I never use it. Okay, it was okay. Exaltation is one that's interesting. I didn't have a chance to play it, but it sounds cool. It overhauls charms, implementing an unused charm glorification concept. So charms become buffed by completing pantheons in Godhome, making them much stronger. That might be something that'd be fun to play around with. Man, it's hard to like put it in like A tier, or man, I'll put it B tier just because I haven't had a chance to play it. I like the idea. Floor is lava. Man, again, this is one that I really want to play. I like the idea of it. I don't know how quickly I'd get bored of it. All right, so we're about a third of the way done already. There's just a lot of these things. Strength for nail arts does not sound fun. Like I don't know why we'd even add that in. Frog core. This is like a mandatory thing that makes other mods work. So I wish I had a tier that was just like for mandatory stuff. It doesn't necessarily. I mean, other things need it, so of course we're gonna do it. I had to check out those glorious combos. We had a 10x combo, but were we doing... Oh, maybe 6 is the amount of damage we're doing? 8, 11, 21 damage? Okay. Okay, so it increases our damage the more stuff we do. That's kind of cool. I can get down with that. I could put glorious combos in A tier because I feel like that's something that would add to the game and make things a little bit different. Grassy Knight is one of those ones where it's got a very specific use case. It was for Scurry, who was trying to cut down every single piece of grass in the game. I can't even imagine going off and doing all of that. More power to Scurry, but no, it doesn't sound. I don't know. That doesn't sound all that interesting to me. I can't even. No. Grimchild upgrade. Also, I mean, I don't know. It doesn't add that much. Helmod. Ooh, what's in Helmod? So Helmod has various nerfs to the player, nail spells, damage, soul, etc., and several buffs to enemies, bosses, health, and damage. That sounds interesting. Anything? It sounds like it's like what do you call it? Zelda Master Mode or something like that. Yeah, I mean, I'll throw it up here. HK Moat. I don't even know what that does. Yeah, so HK Moat allows a player to send emotes on HKMP during multiplayer, which we've never used it before. I don't know how helpful or useful that is because most people are just going to be just talking to each other while they play. The SC2 camera, I don't really know what this one is. I've never needed to use it. The Holo Twitch was such a fun mod. I did a full playthrough of Hollow Knight with Twitch chat just completely trolling me the entire time. I think I've done it twice now. There's some things that you have to like kind of turn off, like people would just like turn on like low gravity or like make it so it becomes like impossible to play. At some point it's just like you have to try not to let it get under your skin because it can get kind of frustrating. But that one was super fun. The DRPC, it just makes it so that way you can see if somebody's playing Hollow Knight while you're on Reddit or not Reddit, excuse me, on Discord. But yeah, I don't, there was nothing really special about that. The Hollow Point mod was so good. Like, that's another one. Like, anything that just really changes up the game and the mechanics, win. Easily, S tier. Let's see, Hollow 90. That just kind of changes up the text a little bit, is my understanding of it. It wasn't really too crazy. The Hollow Knight crossover mod, shoot, get at me all day with that. That was so good. So the indie crossover mod added, I think it's like 3 different bosses. Let's see, Pardner Fennel. I'm bad at pronouncing names. And then also Cagney Carnation. I think Cagney might be broken right now. Yeah, he's invisible, so it makes it pretty hard. Like, the sound's working, but with Cagney being invisible, it doesn't work very well. But overall, it was such a good fight when it was working. So much fun. And there's one more that's supposed to be here, the propeller dude, but I don't know where his statue is. I might just have too many mods on right now. All right, so Inferno King Grim, I would put that under the A tier. I still have to beat it. That's why. And then after I get good, maybe it'll be an S tier. I have to like play. I have to spend more time on it. I know I've been in there before, but yeah, Infinite Grim, it just adds a bunch more Grims and gets faster. I don't think it needs to go down the C tier. I'll put it in B. Infinite Notches, that's one that's fun to play with. Again, I feel like this is one that it almost could have been in the Debug mod. I'm surprised that it wasn't. But it is fun to play with when you do play with Infinite Notches. I'll put it in A tier. Why not? I think this item changer was around before Randomizer 2 and 3 came around. I'm not entirely sure. But it's essentially a randomizer. I've never really used that. And same with Job Change. I haven't used this one either. But I don't think it was too... It has no description. Very interesting. If you know what this one is, let me know what Job Change is. I'm kind of curious now. Beans Defender, it's just the dung defender, and he throws beans instead of his dung balls. Like, this makes me want to like put, like, it doesn't really change anything. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Next up is language support. I've never needed to use it, so I don't know how good it works. Hopefully it helps out some other people who needed that. Lifeblood Master is another one of those ones where it changes up the game a decent amount. I'll put that in B tier. Let's see. Lightbringer, again, another one that changes up the game quite a bit, but I would throw this one in S tier. That was a really good one. Load Normalizer. I'm not a speedrunner, so I don't know how helpful this is. Like, I don't really know. Lost Lord, super fun battle. I would definitely throw that up in S tier. Lunatic Radiance, I'll put this under A tier. It's a bullet hell version of Radiance. Mantis Gods, all of the Mantis ones were super good. I would definitely put these under the S tier. Mantis Gods, S tier. Let's see, Mod Common, again, this is one of those ones where it's required for a lot of other stuff, so it's just like, I think it makes sense. Mod Console, again, it's required for a lot of other stuff. Modding API, that's what the whole thing that we use to do mods. Bench Warp, S tier for sure. Just being able to get around the map on a new save game file is absolutely huge, and also in a randomizer, impossible. Well, maybe not 100% impossible. No, actually, sometimes you get soft lock. It would be impossible without the Bench Warp. You gotta have it. More saves. I feel like this could be, you don't need more saves, especially when you have other stuff like Debug mod where you can place a bench anywhere you want. The multiplayer thing, I really like doing multiplayer stuff. I would love to do more multiplayer stuff, not only just with Fireborn, but with all of the other Hollow Knight content creators out there. It has always been a blast every time we've been able to do just collab stuff in general. Like, yes, all day. Like, I'm at the point where I want to get my own server so I can start hosting stuff like that more often. New Game Plus, NG Plus, King's Pass was so much fun. It was like a platformer puzzle that was very difficult, but so much fun. Highly suggested. I wonder if that one's still under development, because I would love to see that just expanded more. It was almost like there was a mod that Gwonky did where it was the man, not the ultimate path of pain, basically made like the whole map path of pain. That's kind of what NG Plus was. It was just super difficult. In fact, I wonder if that's where Gwonky got the idea. I don't know, maybe not. Pale Champion, that one was a tough one. We can throw that under A tier. Pale Prince, very well done boss fight. It's extremely difficult. I'm pretty sure I haven't beat that one yet, but looked really good. Palette Swapper, yeah, I don't really know much about that one. Let's see. The Path of Pure Vessel, it's just Path of Pain with Pure Vessel at the end. Nothing special. Plando. It reads from an XLM file and change item locations and adds preloaded objects. I imagine that this is something that's required for other mods and other things to happen, but I've never needed to use it for like a randomizer or anything that I'm aware of. So I'm going to throw this in the I don't know stuff. The player data tracker is really awesome. That's what it will make it so that way you can have like the Hollow Knight overlay. What it does is it makes it so that way you can see like over around the edges of the screen which charms I have on, which ones I've collected, which ones I've equipped, which dreamers I have, and all that kind of stuff. It just makes it a lot easier for the viewer to kind of know what's going on. Player data tracker is really awesome. I would throw that in S tier, especially if you are streaming and sharing the information. If you're not a streamer, it doesn't really do anything for you. Poorly translated will take the text and run it through Google Translate a bunch of times, so by the time it comes back to English, it is just like a bunch of gibberish. I mean, interesting concept. Yeah, nothing too crazy. Bindings is here, which is a good thing. It kind of was there before the easier Path of Pain practice, I believe. I could be wrong on that, but this one only does the bindings, whereas the easier Path of Pain practice does the bindings and resetting the bosses quicker and some other stuff. I think it also sets it up to where the boss's health is set up to the correct way and the map is the same way as you would fight them in P5, whereas bindings, it literally just turns on and off the bindings. A good mod, it's just not as in-depth as the other one. Press G to dab does exactly what you would expect it to do. When we press G, boom, look at that. Completely useless, just for fun. It's just funsies. There's nothing wrong with funsies. Quality of life, again, I'm not a speedrunner, so I never used it or did anything with it. Random pantheons, no, I could throw that in the B tier. I mean, it just kind of changes things up a little bit. Yeah, the random map mod I think was around before the randomizer 2 and 3. I think this is a good one. It was just earlier, so we'll throw it up here. The randomizer 2 and 3, which is we'll just say it's randomizer 3, S tier. I've done the randomizers a couple of times. I absolutely love doing the randomizers. When you change out the rooms or you change out the items as well, so good. You just never know what you're gonna get. Life is like a box of chocolates, you know what I mean? And it just feels good. Although sometimes you spend far too long just trying to find the mantis claw and you just can't find it till like the end. You might need to make yourself a map, just saying. In fact, there's even this thing called a randomizer map, but it doesn't like make the map for you. It just kind of lets you know what's in the randomized places, if that makes sense. Super helpful, but it doesn't let you know if going from Green Path to Crystal Peak, it doesn't build the map for you, if that makes sense. But it's still very helpful. Rando stats sounds really interesting. I actually have not used this one. This one looks like it's new, but I would really like to try it. I'm gonna put it up in B tier because it sounds like it would be useful or fun just to kind of throw something on at the end. The Red Wing and Red Wing assets, I'm gonna throw that on S tier. Anything that's gonna change the base game and just kind of change things up, I like it a lot. RNG, we'll throw it in B tier. Which one was Royal Dreamer? Whoa, this is the Royal Dreamer. Okay, look at that. We got spikes on the edges. Whoa. Okay, yeah, anything that buffs Markoth should instantly be thrown in the trash. What is this? All right, well, actually, I mean, like, I'll give it A tier. It actually looks like it'd be pretty good. I'm gonna have to try that one a little bit more. All right, we're actually getting pretty far. We're getting closer to the end. Bingo UI, I think that this would be really fun for a live stream. I need to figure that one out. I'm gonna put it in A tier. Sanic is one that we kind of already have in the debug mod. You can just speed up time, so I don't know if this came before that or what. The next one, Seer Core and SF Core are requirements for other mods. I don't know which mods require them. I just know that they're important. Showing hitboxes, I mean, I'm gonna put C tier. It doesn't help me out. Small Knight just makes them smaller. Yeah. Test of Teamwork was actually a really fun map. I enjoyed that a lot. We're gonna throw that on A tier. Definitely worth playing if you haven't tried it. Pain of the Path is just Path of Pain backwards. I'll put it B tier. Toggleable Bindings, not bad. I mean, it'll help you. Trader God, I would put that up in the S tier. Super fun. So trans just changes colors. I'm gonna put it with the other things that just change colors or make little changes. But obviously the right scope in the S tier, right? I think we can all agree. Black Moth is one where you play the game with, I think you have no nail if I remember correctly, and you only have Sharp Shadow to attack with. Maybe it was maybe your nail only does like 1 damage or something really low, but it just changes up the game quite a bit. So I'll throw this one in A tier. Let's see, Tribe of Battle, another awesome one. Oh, I gotta zoom out. We got so many of these. Tribe of Battle, we're gonna go S tier. Amazing. Ultimum Radiance, we'll put an S tier. The unofficial Hollow Knight patch, which would be impossible to read from just Hollow Knight. I've never used the unofficial Hollow Knight patch. I don't know what goes into it and would it be good. Ooh woo. We're gonna put this in S tier. I forget what ooh woo does. I think it just changes some of the text around. Oh no, I had it wrong. It significantly buffs Umu. Ooh. Vasi, another one of the required mods. Weaver Core, a required mod for other stuff. And then last but not least, we have the Blind Radiance, and this just changes the colors for Radiance, so it makes it easier to see some of the attacks and stuff. Yeah, again, anything that just changes the colors, we'll throw it in C tier. So there we go. We have it. 95 different mods in Mod Installer 2 have officially been ranked. You'll have to let me know what you think of all of these different things. Have you used all of the mods? Which mods stand out to you in particular? Like, which ones did you enjoy? Which ones do you like playing? Which ones do you suggest other people play? Let me know down in the comments below. If you made it to the end, yes, please do subscribe. And yeah, I'll talk to you again more soon. Thank you so much.